Why is it so dang windy in the gorge?
Why is it so windy in the gorge, you might ask? That is a great question, and I'm here to answer it for you. The reason why it is so dang windy here in the gorge is because the cold wind from in the summer, the cold wind from this way, it's all compact like this, like a piece of slime that you roll up into a ball. And then the warm air from this way is bouncing all over the place. And since it's bouncing all over the place, some of those little pieces of warm air bounce over here. And while that happens, once that piece of air hits the cold piece of air, it makes wind. So, and then while it bounces across, it makes wind. But be careful of the wind out there, because you could get hypothermia. Just saying. Now it's time for Braden.
So, the cold air from this side is now getting warmer, and then the warm air from this side is now getting colder, so they switch places.
And what does that mean? What is this air?
It means that the cold air now moves from over here to over here, and the cold air from over here moves over there. Now, what is that wind called?
The warm air from over here, which used to be cold, since it's coming over here to the now cold air, that means that the wind is called from whichever way that it comes from. And always follow this rule. Never eat soggy waffles, which means that this is the west and this is the east. So if it's winter and the warm air is over here
In the west.
then that means that it's going to bounce over here. And yes, it is going over here, but it always comes from it's always named the way that it comes. So it is west wind. And in the summer, when it's warm over here and not cold, and it's bouncing around over here, then that is east wind. Back to Braden. It's time to sneak over to a different area.
Wind. We've learned the basics of wind, but now where does it always come from? Back to Zoe.
Come from, you ask? Well, we have way too many bloopers of this. Anyways, in the summer, it always comes from the west. And in the winter, it always comes from the east. And there's a bunch of children screaming.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time that we have for you today. Now, you have learned about the wind and what directions it's come from. And even though we may have forgot some things, that is okay. And we will resolve them in the future. Thank you for watching.
This was made by me and Braden. He is a skeleton. It is almost Halloween. And I am a chipmunk.
And I'm sorry I sneezed.
Excuse you. Well, that is dang sure a good question. Let me explain. So, why is it so windy in the gorge, you might ask? Well, pause. I don't remember. Why is there a wasp here? Okay, so never mind. Where does it always come from? It always comes from, I don't know. Wind. I remember now. It always comes from, in the summer, it always comes from the west. It's a snail with no antenna.
Hello, guys. Where did the wasp go?
Wait, what? Wait, where? It's gone.